Tonight on Connecticut's news station, 5 men accused in a terrifying home invasion hauled before a judge. Details from the arraignment, including how they allegedly lured their victims to the door.
And New Britain police say a woman's facing charges for filing a false police report. Police say her car was stolen, but claims she made to get them to get to the scene faster were not true.
It's the new year and your resolution is to lose weight, but be careful or you could lose most of that weight out of your pocketbook. We'll have a consumer alert tonight to make sure you know your rights.
Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
And we begin tonight on the weather. It'll look like a repeat tomorrow, but that's all ahead of some potential snow later in the week. Thanks for joining us for the news at 10. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. No one was complaining about the sun today, but there are some systems we're keeping an eye on. Let's throw it over to Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank with a look at what we're seeing out there tonight. Hi, Rachel.
Yeah, definitely more wintry vibes here moving forward, which isn't too hard to say. It was one of the warmest Decembers on record, and we really haven't seen much, if any, snow. So here's what we're watching. There is a chance for an isolated snow shower during the day Thursday. It shouldn't cause too many issues out there, but just a little taste of some winter weather. Colder temperatures for later this week, Friday, right into this upcoming weekend. And that could set the stage with our first widespread accumulating snow, which is looking increasingly likely for Saturday night into Sunday, with the heaviest coming down overnight Sunday into overnight Saturday, I should say, into early Sunday morning. And we're going to talk more about this in just a little bit. Right now, this doesn't look like a big blockbuster storm, but we haven't really used the plows yet. So looks like there's an increasing chance that that may end up happening. 29 degrees right now in Waterbury. We are looking cool, not as cold as it was last night, but cold enough to wake you up on your way out the door tomorrow. Temperatures beginning in the 20s, and as we head through the afternoon, a bit milder than today, with highs climbing in the mid 40s as we head through the afternoon. We will start the day off with more clouds than we did today, but I do think we break for a fair amount of sunshine again on Wednesday. We're going to talk more about our snow chances moving forward, what we know, what we're still trying to work on coming up.
All right, Rachel, thank you. We have an update tonight on a case we've been following closely. Today, we got our first look at the 5 men charged with a terrifying home invasion in Middletown. Fox
61's Matt Caron was in court as they were each arraigned on nearly 20 criminal charges. He joins us now with what we learned.
Well, not only did we get our first look at the suspects, but we also learned more about how they allegedly committed their crimes, luring their victim to the door, posing as a fake package delivery person.
It can only be described as absolutely terrifying for these victims.
One by one, they took the stand. Dietrich Williams, Angel Martinez, Angel Fregoso, Mikey Spites, and Jordan McNeil. The 5 men from New York and New Jersey charged with a home invasion in Middletown.
These crimes were extremely serious.
It happened Saturday morning here at the Wilcox Apartments on South Main Street. We learned in court the men posed as fake FedEx delivery drivers.
The men knocked on the door, announced that a FedEx, and held a FedEx package up to the peephole.
3 women were inside.
She tried to get the gentleman to leave the package on the porch. They insisted that they required a signature.
But eventually, one of the victims opened the door. That's when prosecutors say the men pushed their way inside, zip tying 2 of their victims and taping their mouths, hitting a third in the head with a pistol.
They were intent on stealing from her and indeed did grab over $100,000 worth of items.
Middletown police are currently investigating whether the suspects knew the victims.
We are looking to tie those ends up. We feel there might be a social media piece to it in regards to the business that she conducts that involves deliveries and those type of things.
After the home invasion, the suspects led police on a chase through Durham, North Branford, and North Haven. Eventually, all 5 suspects were put into handcuffs, including one who was taken down by Middletown Police Canine Coda, taking one last bite out of crime.
That was Coda's last shift after 8 years of great work and great service to us. It's a good send-off for him to show his worth.
The suspects, who all ranged in age from 19 to 25, also all had criminal records in other states. Their bonds ranged from $750,000 to $975,000. Middletown police are reassuring residents that this was an isolated incident. Reporting outside Middletown Superior Court, Matt Caron, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Matt, thank you. The man accused of killing his girlfriend in New Britain over the holiday weekend has made his first appearance in court. Police arrested 44-year-old Antoine Harris yesterday afternoon. They say he shot Sabrina Finch and 2 other members of her family Saturday night inside their apartment on North Street. According to detectives, Harris and Finch lived together with her brother and mother. Finch's daughter says they were together on and off for 10 years, and she claims he was always abusive toward her mother.
She had a big heart for everyone. She was there for everyone, strangers, anyone. Even if she didn't know you, she'd give you money if you needed food. She would buy you shoes. She had the biggest heart in the world for everyone and anyone. He shot her while my grandmother was sitting right next to her, so my grandma watched it all happen.
Now, Finch's daughter tells us her grandmother is recovering. Court records show she was shot in the leg. She says her uncle, also shot, is a disabled man. Both are expected to survive. Harris is being held on a $1.8 million bond.
New video into the newsroom tonight, shedding light on a traffic stop in Rocky Hill where a police officer was injured. Police released this body cam footage of the incident that happened on December 26th. They say they pulled over Wesley Brown on Cold Spring Road, but he drove off and officers attempted to get him to step out of the car. Police are releasing this dash cam video showing the moment Brown accelerated and hit the officer. He was knocked to the ground. The officer was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Brown is facing a litany of charges.
And new here at 10, a New Britain woman faces charges after lying about a child sitting in the back seat of her car when it was stolen. Police responded to Farmington Avenue around 5 o'clock today for reports of a stolen vehicle with a child in the back seat. Investigators now believe Pamela Rodriguez fabricated that story in an effort to have a faster police response. She's being charged with false statement and reporting a false incident. Police are still looking for her car. Also new tonight, a cousin of the Kennedy family is suing a police investigator in the town of Greenwich years after his murder conviction was overturned. We're talking about Michael Skakel here, who was found guilty in 2002 in the murder of Martha Moxley back in 1975 when they were both teenagers in Greenwich. He served more than 11 years in prison for that crime before it was overturned in 2018. He's now suing the investigator of the case, Frank Garr, arguing that Garr was intent on getting Skakel convicted and withholding key evidence about other potential suspects. The lawsuit seeks unspecified damages over $15,000.
Also new here at 10, it's that time of year again when people are focused on those New Year's resolutions, and local gyms and fitness clubs are seeing an increase in people signing up. Before you commit to getting fit, though, a consumer alert to be wary of. Fox 61's Jake Garcia is live in Wallingford with what you need to know before you make any commitments. So Jake, what did you find out?
Well, Sarah, a new Forbes poll shows that 48% of Americans are wanting to get into better shape in the new year. And gyms all across the state are seeing people wanting to put that goal into action.
It's definitely that time of year where everyone wants to get in the right mindset, mentally, physically, and everything. So definitely a lot more traffic in the door.
Whether it's to get into shape or shed a few pounds, gyms are often more crowded this time of year.
3, 2, 1, and rotate.
And that has the Connecticut Department of Consumer Protection offering some tips for those who are actively looking to join a gym.
We never want to discourage someone from making a healthy choice and following through with the resolution, but we want to urge consumers to do their research.
Commissioner Brian Caffarelli says the best thing you can do is to schedule a visit with the health club rather than just signing up online.
I suggest you go at the time you think you're going to be using the gym so that you see if there's a wait, if you're going to be going before or after work. Is it really busy then?
The Department of Consumer Protection says that if you decide to commit to a membership, you should know your rights.
You enter into the contract, it's either a year or 2 years. But after that period is over, the health club can just not automatically renew your contract.
Connecticut-based Club 24 says they don't want their members to feel trapped in a contract, so that's why they solely offer a month-to-month membership.
There's really no stipulations. I mean, they're able to kind of cancel whenever they want instead of being locked in long-term, where they have to fulfill a certain time period. You can cancel whatever you want.
State law gives consumers a right to cancel should they move more than 25 miles away from their health club, which McDowell says is another incentive for gym owners to give customers the choice.
A lot of people are here and they don't care because they're going to be here for years. They understand they want to be here for years. But for those who aren't sure, You know, those who don't know exactly what their future holds. It gives them the flexibility to make the decision for themselves.
State law also gives consumers the right to cancel their memberships up to 3 days after they sign the dotted line. And if for any reason your gym should close their business, the state has guaranteed funds to make sure that you're not out of money. Live in Wallingford, Jake Garcia, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Thank you, Jake. A Torrington man has been charged after police say he was found driving the wrong way on I-84 in Hartford. Alex Ortiz now faces several charges, including DUI. Police say they found him in his car stopped on a ramp, and when they performed a field sobriety test, he failed. Ortiz was released on $75,000 bond and is due back in court later this month.
Staying in the capital city, more questions and answers over a shooting that sent 2 people to the hospital. This happened on Franklin Avenue just before 1 this morning. Police say they found a man in his 20s in a car with gunshot wounds. Another victim, a 19-year-old, walked into a hospital on his own. There's still no word on any suspects, but if you have any information that could help police, you're asked to give them a call.